Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm gonna go get my phone holder thing really quick. I'll be right back so I can get all situated. So we'll wait for everybody to get started. We'll probably get started around 10:05 or so.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Monday.
Let's see.
Y'all did say you wanted cameras on, but you'll get to see me walking the dog while I'm talking.
There we get to see real life going on.
You don't want to see what I'm doing. I have my phone's blowing up from every realtor that I went to a showing to yesterday has called me this morning. The last one just called me. I can't take the call.
That's good though. Is that like good news? Like something's in the works?
So they want to put an offer in on one of the houses we seen yesterday, but he's a doctor and he doesn't want a septic tank. And every single property we saw yesterday was on septic in Polk County. So I've been on the phone with the city this morning because he really likes this one house. And he wanted me to see if the city had utilities nearby so that he could pay for the house to be attached to city utilities for wastewater instead of septic for sewage. And he's from Tampa and he lives in the city in Tampa. And in Tampa, they have like everything's on the city in downtown Tampa. So
Welcome to
it's
Polk
like,
County.
how do you compete with that? You're in Lakeland. And he's like, is this all of Lakeland? I'm like, no. And then at the end, they're not from here. So they're from somewhere else. And so at the end, his wife is like asking me like how big Lakeland is. And I'm like, well, I don't know exactly how many miles it is, but I know there's a north side and a south side and an east and a west. And she kind of giggled and she's like, well, we're looking in the south side. And this house is like $2.25 million.
Nice.
And so
Well,
I'm like,
unfortunately, they're gonna have to deal with the septic stuff.
and
I
so
don't think it's
this
gonna
morning
work.
I'm like researching all of the houses and I'm realizing everything's on septic. Like everything what we looked at is pretty much on septic. And so this morning I got on the phone with him between patients and he's like telling me like, this is what I want. I want you to call the city. I want to see if I can just pay and have it done on city. And I'm thinking, do people really do that? Do you really want to do that? But okay. So I called the city. I'm waiting for a response. We'll see what they say. But if we don't find one out of the houses we looked at yesterday, we're supposed to be looking on the 21st. We'll be back on the 21st. So today's going to be a lot of head hunting.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, Deanne. While you're off mute, or actually you're actually top corner, so you can actually go first. Tell us about your week. Obviously, you had some showings with the doctor for a couple million. That's huge. But tell me how productivity wise, how was your week?
So last week I did some office work. I did a lot of phone calls. I did a lot of follow-ups. I had a video showing, FaceTime showing. I did the showings on Sunday. The one on Saturday, I think he hit it by mistake because he was non-responsive. So I think he did that by error. As far as like communication on the phones, I spoke to lenders about properties, and I've spoke with a lot of my clients that are out of town and headhunting for houses for them. So
Okay.
I
So lots of
did
calls. Did you get any new leads last week?
8 or 9 properties I seen. 7 or 8 of them was with the same client, and then phone calls. Hold on, let me look. I've learned to track myself. Phone calls, I had 76.
Beautiful. That's huge. All right.
Communications.
So new leads.
New leads, 3.
Okay. And how many? You said 8 or 9 showings. So I'm assuming that's like 2 or 3 different clients that you were with.
So one client was one showing, and then the doctor, I believe it was, we had 5 or 6 on 7. So we seen 8 houses yesterday, and 3 of them I didn't have on showing time. Because it was direct communication with the realtor. But we seen 8 houses yesterday.
Okay. Awesome. So it sounds like you had a really productive week. I love the calls. I think your business is just going to continuously get busier and busier. And, you're definitely hitting your stride as it relates to your business. Let me just look at your pending. So you have 1 pending right now and no close so far for the year, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Well, you continue this grinding phase of calls and appointments and building your business, like you're going to take off very soon. So I would expect you probably have obviously a contract in the pipeline, maybe even 2. Is that right?
Hopefully, that's the
Okay.
plan. I did have the one contract that canceled last week. There was 2, and then 1 canceled. I forgot about that. Was that on, maybe that was Monday. I think that was Monday or Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe. The days kind of get away from me nowadays. I don't really look at them. No, that was Wednesday.
That's
That
all
was
right.
Wednesday that happened. Yeah.
It's okay. Good. Well, I love the pipeline. I'm going to move on to somebody else. You just keep doing what you're doing, right? Like sometimes there's no secret sauce except hard work, and you're doing that. So we're going to leave it as is. Like you're hitting your stride. Keep tracking your numbers. I think you'll start to notice, like when you're tracking it throughout the week, you're like, all right, hey, I'm a little light, right? And now I need to step it up, hit it on this day and whatnot. So I love what you're doing. So you just need to just keep it up.
Thank you.
Very good. Cool. All right, Jeffrey, how are you?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing good. Good morning. I already
Good.
said happy Monday to the other folks, but yeah, last week was an interesting week. I mean, I only had about 20 calls going outbound because I was running back and forth. I've got a young couple that's on their contract, and we're trying to get them to closing. We had to do an extension because they were supposed to close tomorrow, but the appraisal came back too low.
Mm-hmm.
So some arguing back and forth, running around, and then I got them to move over to Zillow Home Loans.
Nice.
So they came out, they did an appraiser, a new appraisal on Saturday. So I'm looking to get their number back today. And they already, I mean, just in comments, the appraiser was contradicting the other guy. He didn't have the original appraisal to look at, but just what he was saying was opposite of what the other appraiser was saying. So it's who you get,
Yeah.
and
So
sometimes they get hung up on something and they give you a bad number.
So I always like to prepare my clients for appraisals, right? It's a shot in the dark. You don't know what you're going to get. You could have an appraiser that has a good day and gives you tons of value, but we know as long as we're within a certain baseline, we can do our comps and know that it should hit between this and this range.
Yep.
If it's really low and it's egregious, well, then you have to push back, which I think you were already doing before. But it's really just a shot in the dark. So there's no science behind it, really. Like we would think mathematically it should be scientific, but they sometimes give not the best value for certain things. So I won't take up a lot of time about appraisals, but for that, it's just really pivot and try to adjust from there. So besides the appraisal and the client low calls, you tied up with clients, any new leads at all?
Yes, I've actually got 3 new leads. So
Okay.
trying to fill the pipeline. One is about 2 months out of their goal. The other one is going to be in the summertime. But that was just yesterday. I got a new lead with some folks out on the coast. So we'll be out in Newport Richey, St. Pete kind of area.
Love it. Okay.
But then my second contract is moving ahead. So I'm just going to get from title, get their last numbers so that they're lined up, but they should be good to go.
Love it. So you got 2 pending, nothing closed yet for the year, but that's about to change pretty soon. And you're working with a
Yes, sir.
couple on a new contract here as well. So you've got some good stuff in the pipeline.
Yep.
Not too bad
Yep,
for a
yep,
part-time agent, my friend. It's really good.
Yes, sir. We're trying, man. We're
That's
trying.
awesome. All right. Well, you keep it up, man. Enjoy your walk. It looks like you're out there walking around.
Yeah, walking the dog. This is admin day. This is Monday is catch up for the weekend mess.
Sometimes you need to catch your breath,
All right.
that's for sure. I get it.
Yep.
All righty. Well, I'm moving on to the next one. Thank you. All right. Tim, how are you? Welcome back.
I'm good. I don't know what happened. Alicia sent me the right one. I was able to jump in. I'm trying to get these calls lined back up.
That's all good.
Glad to be back on rocking.
That's all right. So I don't know if you didn't get fully onboarded last week, did you? Or just till last week, right?
Just till going full time, diving in fully. I've already had 5 showings. Got lit up immediately with all the calls. So I'm in on updating everything as I go.
Okay. Very cool. So let me just check something out here. So Tim, you're good on your connections. You got a good amount. Don't forget to get your Zillow home loans going. You've got one lead that you got to update when you get a chance today. The update's due on it.
All right, I'll look at it.
I tried to look, but it kicked me out. So whatever, you can find it.
I'm trying to stay all over them. I'll jump in there. I'm on it, but I'll look as soon as we're done.
Okay. Very cool. So you're building, right? So now it's just grind time. You're usually good on the phones and all that good stuff. So you're just hitting it. We want to make sure you get some of those connections moving through the process. So if you need anything, just let us know. But I know you're in building phase. So I'm excited to see what the next couple of weeks look like for you.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's full time now. I've cleared everything off my plate and I'm diving in fully.
Beautiful. All right, so I got you down for 5 new leads. Start tracking your calls so we can share that. And then as you get appointments, you actually had appointments this last week, right?
Yeah, 5. I did 5 showings. I had 1 reschedule.
Okay. Remember when we were talking about the showings, just give me the count for each client. So if you took out 5 clients, 5 appointments.
All right. Calls. What was it, 60 again?
Yeah, we're looking for 60 calls.
60 touches
and so
a week.
far, over the last 4 weeks, I think only Deanne has hit that number with 63. Alberto actually hit it with 100 a couple weeks ago. So we got some agents that are really hitting it hard.
So weekly, right?
Weekly.
Okay. Showings, appointments, calls. I'm on it.
So 60 calls, 4 new leads. We're looking between 3 to 5 appointments. That should be pretty. If you're having 60 calls and you're getting 3 to 4 leads a week, you will guarantee to have 3 to 5 appointments. That's easy. And then the pickup calls and all that, we're just looking at that in general. So I'll send you guys that report. I'll have Dana send it out. I think she sent it over to me, so we'll forward it to everybody so you guys can see where you are with your calls and if you're paused or not paused, whatever.
Yeah, I put out a new launch mass email surge to everybody, letting them know.
Very cool. Well, welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, Tim, I see I'm sorry. I see the flow going well. You're not on the reporting yet. It's just because we just got it back, but I'll definitely look into it too. But I do see that everything looks like it's been flowing pretty good for you.
Yep. I'll check out that one that Angel saw. I'll go in there and look while we're on the call.
Okay,
Thanks
thanks.
for all the help getting back in.
You're welcome
Very cool.
anytime.
All right, I'm gonna share my numbers here with you guys. So I'm at, it looks like 63 calls, 8 appointments, and I got 2 contracts last week and 1 rental. I don't like rentals, but I took one. So it was a busy week for me. I usually hit my calls. I'm pretty organized with my calls. I try to make sure I get my calls in before I do anything else, before sending out emails, before anything else. And I have my structure, right? I won't go into that, but I have my structure. If you guys have your structured days, like Jeff has his admin day, we all definitely certainly need that, especially after having showings on weekends. Sometimes it's good to kind of take a second to get organized, which is great. But make sure you're hitting, you have all of your hot leads one day, you have your past clients, you're touching base with those guys, and that you're having your system, right? So if you guys need help with that separately, let me know. But so those are my numbers. Anyway, I'm going to move on here. Pamela, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I can't wait to hear what you've been up to.
So I did not do a good job of tracking my calls last week. I say the first 2 days I did good job tracking, hitting about 10 to 12, 12 Monday, 10 Tuesday, but then I had 17 appointments, 17 showings last week. One
Okay,
contract.
so walk me through that. So you had 17 appointments or 17 showings. So does that mean you had 17 different clients, or is that like 4 or 5
I had
different clients?
3 different clients, one
Okay.
new one. One of them she came into town specifically to find a house to get under contract on. So I took her Friday to see 10 properties.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday, we went and saw new construction and got under contract.
Love it.
And then I
So
have another
mission
client.
accomplished.
Yes, mission accomplished, and that was the 5%. They had 5% until she was willing to stay till Monday, but that promotion expired Sunday. So yeah, I was
Very
like, no, we're
nice.
we're going on Sunday.
Congratulations. I did see that in the group chat. You know what I want to give you a shout out for is, so you had a really busy week. I know what it's like showing 10 plus properties per client per day. That can be really time consuming. So despite that, you took 2 connections last week. You
Mhm.
had 8 call attempts, but you actually picked it up 5 times. So despite being super busy, you're still hitting your pickup rate acceptance, right? So you're still trying to snag leads and do it all.
Mhm.
Obviously, we'd love to see you track better, but I know it's really hard. I had a week like that 2 weeks ago where it was just so hard to stay organized and focused because you're just hitting the ground running. So, my feedback for you would be just keep doing what you're doing. Try, now that you're, back to some normalcy without clients, flying in. Try to get back to tracking your calls and building that momentum, because you're definitely primed for some good traction here. You've got 2 pending, right?
Yep.
No close for the year yet, so we got to get that going, right?
Got
That's a
3
huge.
pending. I don't have it in yet because it's new construction, so I'm waiting
Okay, so
on
you got the 1 new one. All right, so we need to get you some closings, right? So we
For
want to
sure.
make sure. I'd like to see you with like 5 to 8 pending really soon. So you're only 2 more off from where I think you should be. So you had a slow start beginning of the year, so you got some making up to do, but you're primed for some big stuff this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, keep it up. Congrats on the contract. I love 5%ers. That's exciting.
Yep. Thank you.
Those are awesome. Congrats. All right. What happened here? Sorry, I'm gonna call here. All right, going to Eric. No, Eric, I'm skipping you, buddy. Sorry. We're going to Garrett. How was your week last week, Garrett?
Oh, I'm here. So I didn't start getting calls until yesterday.
Okay, that's all right. How
Yeah,
how
I
did
think
your
I
first
think
call
I-
go yesterday?
The first one went well. He's looking for it's a couple that have 6 kids. They're looking for 5-bedroom, 2-bath for under 250.
So you're looking
And
for a unicorn, huh?
Yeah. And I'm getting conflicting stuff from, we found one. We went to go look at it. They don't seem so impressed. So I suggested, I'm like, I can find you it for 300, but for 250, I can't find you anything but this one house.
Okay, so our challenge there is what, right? We're short on inventory for something that they're looking for. So we're looking for something that really doesn't exist. So in order to find that, we only have one option, which is we have two options. We can expand the budget, which is that an option for them?
I'm getting conflicting from them. The wife is saying they can do up to 350. The husband's saying they can do up to 250.
Okay. So then we need to talk about what's affordable for them from a monthly perspective. So that's how we can figure it out. So we sit them down and say, hey guys, listen, I want to get everybody on the same page. You do this in the house next time while you're out showing. Let's get on the same page here. So if you're saying you can afford $2,800 a month, that is going to be roughly around $350. Okay. Now, if their budget is under $2,000 a month, well, that changes stuff. That puts us more like $250. So we really need to figure out, we have some discrepancies. Sometimes people just hear value and say, oh, I can afford $350, but then they don't realize, well, hey, that $350 costs a lot more. Or we need to go look at new construction. Maybe we can find a new construction somewhere in outer limits, right? So that's the secondary option, is then we got to start to expand the search area. So if they're like, hey, we want to be in this zip code, but we can't afford it, well, then we need to expand our search. You can't afford to be in this area brand new or resale wise. So we have to open up the search territory. So that means, hey, you're going to have to work with me on location, right? So these are good conversations to have in person, right? Because these are tough conversations sometimes. And so through text, I don't suggest, because you want to be able to see their facial expressions, how they're talking, if they start looking away like they might be lying about stuff. So, you want to be able to have these conversations face to face, but that's how you get these clients where you want them to be, is start to have those tough conversations with them. And that's what makes you a good realtor at the end of the day, right? That you're able to say, listen, maybe you have your tablet with you or whatever, and you're showing them, look, if I put in your requirements in this zip, it's 0. Right? Or it's 1. So this is as good as it gets. So what's our options? And then you walk through those options with them. So I like this real world example, because I'm sure we've all been there where it's like this client wants this unicorn that does not exist. So, they want us to produce something that's not there. Well, we're not going to go out there and make a bunch of calls trying to find one needle in a haystack. Like, we need to open up the horizon as far as either budget or their search. So I like the example there. So, well, welcome to the team. So what we're looking for, Garrett, is we want to see, the call volume rise, and where you can make those calls as a brand new agent. We can get you into the lead bucket, right? We've got a lead pool. I want to see you grab a bunch of calls this week as well, through the connections, through Zillow rather. And, that's pretty much it. Just keeping it simple, right?
Yeah, and I am going with them tomorrow to look at one for 350, because the wife was suggesting that one. So I was planning on giving them that talk tomorrow, because
Okay.
they already picked out a second house and they were all super excited to see it. So I didn't want to just like burst their bubble right then and there. I mean, we're about to go see one tomorrow. They're all excited for that. So
Yeah, no,
was
you
hoping
want to
on-
keep the momentum going, but you still want to have that tough conversation in person. And it doesn't really have to be like, you're being a badass or a hard ass with them. Like, you just want to be able to explain confidently, like, hey, listen, here's the problem. Here's what's happening. Garrett, I would call one of your ZHL lenders and just say, hey, give me an idea what a monthly payment would look like at 250, 300, and 350. That way you have some talking points. And
yeah, they did say that if they were going to be doing 250, that they'd be able to put 60% down.
okay, great. So with that being said, another way that you can beat that payment scale is taking them to new construction, right? Where you might see a 3.9%. That will impact their affordability tremendously. So maybe consider that option as well. Maybe you can find a 5-bedroom with a loft or something like that, or a 4-bedroom with a loft, however many bedrooms they need. But you can maybe help them that way as well. Okay.
And then I have one more question. I'm not sure if you're the right
Sure.
person to ask. I have another lead who's only Spanish speaking. How do I transfer that to someone else? because I can't
So,
see.
what location is it?
It's Auburndale.
All right. So in the group chat, in your Winter Haven group chat, just say,
I,
hey,
I, I sent I sent that yesterday and nobody's responded to it.
what?
Okay, I'll look into it and then I'll reassign it, Garrett.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
All right. So hold on. We have somebody that speaks Spanish on this call. I'm sure he'll take it. Heber, do you want to reach out to Garrett and help him with his client? He's on mute. All right. Well, we're moving on. Garrett, Dana will get you some help.
If not, I can
Uh,
take it. I speak Spanish. I can
Oh,
take it. Yes, sir.
Okay. There you go. Ricardo can help you.
All right,
okay,
Ricardo,
I'll be in contact.
I'll reassign to you. Or do you want it reassigned? Like, can you do any of it, Garrett, or is it all going to go to somebody else?
Yes, sir. Sorry for my connection. It's bad. Yes, I am ready to receive more leaks.
All right. We got Ricardo taking care of it already. Sorry, we didn't hear you.
Okay.
The whenever I called him, he only spoke a little bit of English and he just said he really wants someone who only speaks Spanish.
Okay, perfect. I'll reassign then. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Ricardo's going to be able to help him. Perfect. All right. Let's see who's next. Ricardo, why don't you go since you were just chatting with us?
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, so I had a really good week. Made approximately like 53 calls. That's what I just noted here. And I had 3 new leads and 4 appointments. The other appointment was from a previous lead for a few months ago. So from those 4 appointments, I'm actually I wrote an offer yesterday. It did not get, accepted, but we're $5,000 away. So I'm hoping we can, get it done by the end of the day today, and
Okay.
1 pending. Hmm.
Love it. All right. So
Yes,
let me
yes.
go over your Zillow stuff. So you had 3 new connections. So that's your 3 new leads. Very good.
Yes.
You had 14 call attempts and 29% pickup rate. So my assumption is you're probably showing
Yes, I was
a
showing,
lot.
and I was trying to, call my previous clients just to, get something out of them.
Yeah, for sure. So if you know you guys are going to be showing, pause yourself so you're not getting beat up on your pickup rate, because we got to try to pick up at least 65% of your calls,
Okay.
or else it'll start to slow you down, right? Because what the automated or the AI thinks is, okay, Ricardo's too busy. I'm going to start to slow down the connections, right? And it could just be bad timing or whatever. But if you pause yourself, then you won't get hit with the answer rate stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'll
like,
get to yeah, I will. Mhm.
pause yourself on the app, or just tell Dana, hey, listen, I'm paused for the next 2 days. I'm showing a bunch of property. Then you're not getting penalized.
Okay.
Cool.
Got it. Yes, sir.
Because you get a lot of call attempts there. Because the Groveland is your area. We get tons of leads in Groveland. So
Yeah, I've been having Groveland. That's what I've been doing. Also, Kissimmee area and Davenport. Those are the ones that I've been showing lately.
beautiful. Well, I think you're probably, man, you're a heavy hitter when it comes to the phone. So I love to see that. As far as your business goes, you have what for the year? Let's see. I just had you up here. So you have 1 pending and 3 closed, which is pretty
But
solid, right? So you've got your
yes,
3
sir.
closings already for the year. Your goal for the year, were you 20 or 25?
20. Yes, sir. 20.
Okay, so you got 17 more to go with 1 pending.
I'm hoping to get another one before the end of the day. I know yesterday I went to show like 3 properties, and she really liked one. Like I said, we're just waiting for, just to see how's that gonna work out with those $5,000 difference. So hopefully I get an answer soon.
Okay, so let's just say hypothetically you have 3 closed, 1 pending, and you might add another one. So that should take you to 5. So you need to find another 12. So you need to find 12 deals, and it's, what is it? It's March, so you've got 9 months to do it.
Yes.
So you need 4 months, right? So you got
Yeah.
some heavy lifting to do, but it's doable. No,
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry. It's not 4 months. What am I talking about? My brain is not working today. It's 12 divided by 8. Yeah, you need 1.5 a month. That's easy with your call volume, right? So you
Okay.
should surpass 20
Yes, and I
based
have
on your
another one
efforts.
too. I went to show new construction also over the weekend, and she's ready to go to send an offer. I'm just waiting for Eric Dallas from Zillow Home Loans try to get us pre-approved so we can send the offer. That should happen also this week. Yeah.
So for a new construction,
Yeah, we did. We looked at that, but the thing is, I showed new construction, but then at the end, she's like, okay, first, she didn't like it as much, so now she's like, let me just get pre-approved. I really don't want to move forward the construction right
got it.
now. The thing
Okay.
is, there were some questions about her VA loan. I think she's stationed, and well, I mean, she's active duty, but what she's saying is that apparently with a VA loan, you have to live in that property within like the 90 days time frame. But she's
Hmm.
gonna retire like in a year or two. But she said she's gonna write like a statement or something. But the thing construction company didn't understand that much. So I spoke to Eric and he knew everything about it. He's like, I'll get it done. No worries. So that's what we're going with Silo Home Loans. Mm,
Love it. Well, it sounds like you got some good stuff in the pipeline, man. That's awesome.
yes, sir.
I love it. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, let's move on to Sean. How are you? Sean's on mute. Let's go to Shamprella. How are you? Hey, nobody wants to talk to me today. Let's see. I think we had everybody go. All right, so everybody went already. So I'm just gonna cover a couple of things I wanted to chat. So I don't know if you guys are using AI or how you're using it. Just by a show of hands, you can use your little hand button on your phone. Are you guys using AI in your business?
Yes, I'm actually have some prompts that
Oh.
can organize your week. I can put it on the team chat so anybody can use it.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. Oh, you know what, Alberto, I'm so sorry. I missed you, so I apologize. How was your week?
I was kind of busy. I did a few showings. I got 3 customers. One of them was a rental. That's supposed to be under contract today. I got another customer that we saw a house in Kissimmee on Saturday, and we went ahead and saw it again yesterday. So I'm gonna call him as soon as I finish this to start making an offer for that one too. And then I met a family. We went up to Ocala to show some ranches, and I need to talk to her right now and see if she's ready for that contract as well. So it was a very good weekend, I would say.
Okay. Love it. So call wise, you're usually hitting the phones pretty hard. What was your call likes this last week?
Well, the way I do it is those leads that I grabbed from the group, from the chat, most of them answer the phone. Most of them are actually looking. If not, I go to the pool and I start pulling out people. I usually do like 3 to 1, so 3 calls, 2 emails, 1 text. Right? They don't answer, and I repeat that every 2 or 3 days. I call them 3 times: morning, afternoon, and night. Some people, work at night and they don't wake up early or backwards.
Okay. So you call that the 3-2-1 system?
3 to 1, yeah. 3 calls, 2 emails, 1 text. Usually when they don't answer, I leave a voicemail the first time. I don't do it the second or the third time. I just text, an email.
Love it.
And then sometimes they answer, and like yesterday, one of them answered. He's a truck driver. He's looking for a house. He's gonna be in town next week, I believe, or in 2 weeks. But he doesn't answer because he drives a truck. So consistency, right? Just try to reach him 3 times a day, until they call back, and they called me back yesterday.
Love it. Yeah. So with truck drivers, you know, self-employed truck drivers usually write off a bunch of stuff. So tread lightly with that. Make sure you get that approval, you know, before you run too far with them, because they're infamous for tons of write-offs, and then they don't have the income to support, you know, the approval. So I don't know. Maybe it's a glitch. Dana, Alberto is not on the call connection
Right,
list.
he's
this
not
week?
on that report.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, there's like 5 of them on there. I gotta get with Zillow. I think because obviously I'm just assuming because we just got the report back again. But I'm gonna send to support the ones that are missing. I have 5 of them so far.
Okay. So Alberto, your calls didn't register on our report for some reason. So do you know how many calls you got last week?
I make around
Not what
20
you made,
calls
what
a
you
day.
received from the Zillow.
Or from Zillow calls, I received like 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I think last week I got like showing requests, like 5.
Okay. Very cool. So you had a busy week, right? So I love to hear that you're building your business. You did get like, let's just say, would you say 5 new leads last week?
Yes, yeah. Some leads for relocation. I'm surprised how many relocation I got. So I got people from Georgia. I got another customer from California, and there's another one from, I believe, Maryland. We've been relocating to Florida. So they're like mid to long-term leads. We're working on them. I have one from Vegas that she kind of, I'm not sure if I should keep along with her because she contact different realtors. So whenever I call a new construction and I talk to about this client, says, okay, somebody just call me about this client. So I working with a lot of people. So I don't know about that one. But yes, this Zillow, at least locally, I had like 3 or 4 from Zillow, but most of them are from relocation. Now, question: I have like 2 leads from Prime Street. One of them load up in my follow-up boss, but the other one didn't. So how can should I do that manually or?
Yeah, it should auto-populate, but for some reason, sometimes the API keys don't work. So if it doesn't auto-populate, you'll have to upload it manually.
Okay, that was my question.
Yep. All right, so let's go back to hold on, somebody has their hand up. Was that you, Dana?
That's okay. That was me. Yeah, I was just gonna
Okay.
say I try to catch them when they come in. Some of them don't go in the follow-up box, but yeah, if I don't catch them, it's great if they can put them in because not all. It's like 95% of the leads will go through, but again, only ones that are syncing with your notes and stage changes is only Zillow.
Yeah,
So you guys will
Zillow's
have to
really
do
the
it in
only
both.
system that's really working consistently. So, all right, I'm gonna go to Deanne and then Alberto, stay close because I'm gonna call you back on the AI stuff. So, Deanne, go ahead.
So I have a question. Since he mentioned the Zillow leads, I didn't know this is where we talked about that. I was going to mention it in the next meeting, but so I get like this morning I woke up and I got like a text message at like, let me look, it was like 2:30 in the morning. And I screenshotted it when I woke up because I thought it was odd. I'd never seen it before. And it was it was at 2:54. And I woke up at like 7 something. When I went to check it, it said the lead was gone. So is this texting? I think
Go
Dana
ahead,
has
Dana.
an
I have no
answer.
clue.
Yep. So I got the same alert because they come to me. So I was like, but I luckily I have my phone on off on while I'm sleeping. So anyways, I just got rid of that as well. But I think that's what's going to be. I apologize. The start of the real-time touring, which is it's going to come in that way, which we'll go over that tomorrow more thoroughly. But yeah, just if obviously if you're up or whatever, but you don't have to, but you can take those leads or you can't, but don't stress over them. It's just something that is starting in that process. But I did see it and I did take care of it this morning. So thank you.
Oh.
But yeah.
Okay,
saw
so
it
then
too.
I have another question. If we accept them, how do we claim them? Because Saturday, I had something similar, but it came up like on the center of my phone again. I had
Mm.
one a couple of days ago and then I got another one and I tried to accept it. Where do I go to see it? Does it go directly into Follow Up Boss?
Yes, and it should come directly into your Zillow lead pool, so you'll see it under all your contacts.
And
If it
I
doesn't, that's when you call me because I need to find out with Zillow why things aren't syncing properly with those leads for you. But that's where you'll see them in both Zillow and Follow Up Boss.
because I
Mhm.
noticed that I had requests from my out of state client in Zillow, but it wasn't in Follow Up Boss, and they were a couple of days old, and I didn't know that they were even there. So I need to double check and make sure they're syncing myself then, right? Do I need to update
Yeah.
something?
Yep, I would update your phone. I would update all the apps and then also look on the back end. Because if it's been syncing prior to like all your others, then it's not really a sync issue that started from the beginning. It's just something that just started happening. It could be certain things just going on. So yeah, I would definitely go and uninstall and reinstall is what support will say, and then keep an eye on it, and then we can get on support if it keeps happening.
Uninstall and reinstall the Zillow app?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna just close it out today with talking about the AI stuff. So I just want to share how I use it, and then I think Alberto can share how he's using it as well. So something that I set up for myself are basically daily alerts about how the market's moving. So I can get the information and have that at like in my hand at all times. So I know, hey, I asked for, key market indicators. And so every day I get medium home prices, right? So this is a question that helps us because we can say like, if a client's like, oh, I really want to be 250, there should be lots of options. Well, let me tell you, actually, the average home price in this area is, for Polk County, it's about 309,000, right? So these are good facts and data that we should be able to have. We should know what days on markets mean and how that impacts pricing, right? So if you have a client that's looking for something and they want a low ball, well, it's the average days on market is 30 and it's only day 5. We know that seller is not going to be super motivated to take a lower price. However, if we're looking at showings or listings that are 90 days, 80 days, whatever, then we know there's going to be some more motivation there as well. So I use this for interest rates as well. So it auto populates, hey, the interest rate is this for the day, right? So today is between 6% and 6.15. So they did go up just a little bit. And so it tells me a little bit about that as well. So this is how I use AI to kind of help have those market stats pretty handy. Also, I use it to write listing descriptions. I use it for kind of any brainstorming ideas I have about business, or if I'm wanting to maybe think about doing some like Google AdWords or something like that, I might want to, try to utilize different things and for that as well. But Alberto, tell us, how are you using AI?
Well, there's different way to use it. If you're using social media, you can look for agents that actually has a lot of followers, a lot of view, and look at the videos or the content they posting for that, and then you can ask AI to give you prompts and like copy from them what they're doing, right? So they give you prompts and what to do it, so you can start posting yourself and has the same kind of view. That's one way. The other one, I have a few prompts that I request from one of the guys that usually went to family reunion to train on AI. So that prompt gives you like your daily activity, right? What's the most productive way to do your day? So it gives you how you can handle your day, your hours, what are the powerful activities you can do every day. So you tell them, you pretty much tell the AI what is your goal, what is your industry, and copy that prompt, and they give you a whole structure, even for the week, if you want a whole structure for the week. So if you don't know how to plan your week or your day, that helps you a lot. And marketing material as well. AI pretty much did my business card, and it gave you ideas for contents every day and every week. Even for scripts, right? I'm gonna start dialing sellers. So it gives you scripts. You can actually practice scripts with AI, and it will correct or tell you what you did right, what you did wrong. So it's a great tool to use for the industry.
Love it. Anybody else using AI? Well, I suggest. Go ahead.
I was
Jeff.
gonna say, I just got started playing with them. Usually it's in writing of the emails, intros, persuasive kind of emails if they're longer ones especially.
Mhm.
And then how to target and look up, and even doing searches like for an MLS, you could just do an AI search and without even going to the MLS first.
There's so many different ways to use AI, right? And I suggest you guys spend a little bit of time. Don't get sucked in, because it's definitely one of those things you can just get sucked in and just do more and more with. But I would definitely use AI to help you stay focused, organized, and then also, try to have those market stats at a glance. That's really super helpful. So especially if you're trying to become a more heavy on the listing side, or you want to start to progress and become just a little bit more fluent with, the terminology that we're using in real estate day to day with days on markets and interest rates. Like, you want to be that local expert, you got to have data, right? Because numbers don't lie. So I would definitely focus on getting better and working on your craft with that. Also, you can role play with AI as well. So definitely use it. It's a super cool tool. There's tons of different AI platforms out there. ChatGPT, you've got Manus, OpenClaw. There's so many different things. So that's my little closeout for AI. Deanne, go ahead, and then this will be the last, and let you guys go.
I've never ever done anything with AI. Is there like a basic place to learn AI?
Yes.
Like, do you have any advice, like a web page, or
I
I
would
watched some
start-
YouTube videos, but they seemed more advanced. I'm at the very bottom, like never done nothing.
That's all right. I wasn't too far behind you there. So I would start with ChatGPT. And what's cool about AI is basically like having a personal computer on demand, and you can ask those questions and have your data in seconds, right? So if I'm a brand new agent and I have certain goals in mind, right? You want to say like, hey, I'm a real estate agent here in Polk County, and I want to know how I can get myself to sell 20 properties, or whatever your goal is, right? And it can give you some ideas. But then you can say, hey, I want to know all the market statistics for Polk County. Give me the active days on market. Give me how many homes are available and the average sales price per zip code or per county or per city, whatever, however you want to structure it. And just start there, and then you can analyze some data. Now, I think I wouldn't spend too much time, because you can deep dive all day long and kind of get sucked into it. But I think it's good to have market stats, having a game plan, like Alberto said. How can I stay structured? If my goal is this, how do I get there? Right? It'll give you some options. It might say like, you should do open houses, you should do marketing, you should do Google ads and all this other stuff. Right. But at the end of the day, it really boils down to effort, Deanne. So you're really good with effort, right? And so therefore, in theory, you should be successful. So if we can get you to have some systems and have some structure and stay organized, and you have your effort on top of that, that's going to be really huge for you. So those are just a couple of ways, but I would start with ChatGPT. That seems
And
to be
so
the easiest
basically
platform.
just write it like a summary paragraph of what I'm looking for, and it's gonna like break it all down.
Yeah, so you want to tell it who you are, what your goals are, and what you're trying to do. And the first initial, prompt may be a little bit long, but what AI does, and which is really cool, is it learns who you are, and it learns what your goals are, and then it will continue to progress, right? So it gets smarter over time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All
So think
right.
of it like you're having a conversation with like the most real estate expert out there in the field, right? So they can use data national, they can be super hyper local as well, because they can pull the data from the internet, because everything's out there, right? Or Oscar, LAR, they all put the stats out there. So you can say, hey, give me all the stats for the Lakeland Association of Realtors for all the counties, break it down by zip. Right. So okay, and now I want to know, what's the average price point? What's the highest? Give me the 5 top highest price points in Polk County. Okay, well, here's my list of 5. That's where I'm going to target, right? That's where I'm going to do my open houses. That's where I'm going to start hanging out. That's where I'm going to start doing my, my new construction visits, all those different things.
Ah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
So like,
that's
a
new.
lot of people and in real estate, there's only a few ways to make more money, which is you either sell more, right? You can either raise your price points or you can start becoming more influential and get a lot more business. So the best way to do that is to raise your price points, right? Work smarter, not harder. So if you can raise your price points, I would want to know what are the best zip codes to work in and then kind of rework your business from there.
Oh, that's
So maybe you could
excellent
use
information.
ChatGPT for like, hey, give me look at Polk County and tell me which subdivisions are on sewer.
That's what I was thinking. You're doing
Yep.
exactly what I was thinking.
So let it solve your problems, right? So instead of you researching and calling and this and that, maybe you can cut down that search to a 30-second time frame.
Yeah, because when he said we didn't have, when Jeff said we didn't have to do, he did it for Zillow. My instant thought when you said to take it to our Vantage was, can I like take Polk County and make it like just water, public utilities? I'm wondering if I can ask it that. That's what I'm wondering.
Right?
Yeah,
You can definitely use it.
I'll have to set time today to check that out for that. Yes, thank you. That's excellent information. That was great advice.
Of course,
this
yeah.
morning.
So,
Thanks.
what I love about this call is I don't really have a plan for the call. I kind of just let it take its course. And I think it's a good platform for you guys to express how you're doing, what's going on, what's the key indicator in your business. And I love that you guys are coming consistently. And I think you guys will be some of the most successful agents here for that. And being able to share this data and information is really cool. So I love these calls. Continue coming, guys. Track your numbers, because if you track it, you will be more successful. I promise you, right? So I sold the most homes I ever did in my life last year, and it was because I just tracked my calls and my time.
See my board behind me? I'm tracking.
I love it. I
I'm
love that.
tracking. I
Very
bought
cool.
me
Take
a
a
whiteboard just for that.
take a picture of that and send it to me.
I know there's way too much information.
All
up
right. All
there.
right. We won't press you
All
then.
right.
All right. Well,
All
you
right.
guys have a great day. Alberto put some stuff in the group chat. So before you guys hang up, maybe copy and paste it.
Yes.
Alberto, thanks for dropping those nuggets. You guys have a great day.
I will. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
All right,
Bye,
guys. Take
everyone.
care.
Have a great day.
Bye.
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 Bye. Thank you.